Hello guys, so welcome back to another video. So in this one, we're just gonna quickly review a couple things while you guys are doing your exam. So first and foremost, if we're gonna be making an assembly, right, we need to make sure that we have components instead of just bodies. So here I already made my first part. I'm not gonna show you how to make those as part of your exam. But one thing I'm gonna help you to figure out, it's to make this into components. So once again, if you want to move things, you can see I cannot move this thing around because it's a body, it's not a component. So I'm gonna go quickly to body, right click. I'm gonna make a component from body, and then I'm going to rename this, right, to the name that I have. So I think this will be base. Okay, so now that I have the holder base, this is a component. I mean, this one will be anchor, but I can unanchor one if I move or on ground, but in this case, I do want this one to be grounded. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing now is I'm gonna show you how to do the second part, the holder arm, because that one might be slightly more complicated. So I'm just gonna show you real quick. So I'm gonna create a new sketch. I'll do it in the front plane, and I'm gonna use the slot, center slot. So I'm gonna do that one, doesn't matter where, just like this, 40, and just doesn't matter. So I'm gonna do the dimensions. I'm gonna dimension this wants to be a radius of 5. And I'm gonna add some circles in here. I will have a radius of, or a diameter of 5. You can see from the center. So I'm gonna be using another slot as well. So another center slot from the center of that circle. Oh, you can see it coming to the center, and we have that, dotted line that appears. So doesn't matter the height. Once again, doesn't matter the dimensions. I want to dimension it right now. I want this ones with a radius of 5. So yeah, so they get thicker. And I'm gonna do that again with another slot. Center from here to here. And I can always, dimension this one. Okay, one. So once again, this radius from here to here, the dimensions will be, I think this one should be 10, or I can always just redo that just to real quick. And this will be 10. Yeah, same thing. All right, there we go. So that's the diameter of 10, so it's like that. All right, so I will do the center circle here, which has a diameter of 5, right? And now to fix this, I'm quickly going to dimension. So we know that from here to here, it should be 40 to center. And I know that from this point to this point, this height should actually be 10. Yeah, it should be 10 millimeters. And then from this point to this point, this distance should be 20. There we go. So we have a 40, that's 10 is high, and this one. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna trim some of these parts. So trim here, trim here, trim here, trim here, trim this circle, this, all of these parts. Basically, we're trimming most things except the circle. I guess we cut the circle, but we can always remake that one in a little bit. So make sure that all of these ones, are gone. We need to have just the straight lines. So just, once again, just drag it across the mouse, and it will clean it up. Oops. All right. And I need to trim this part. And what else do we have here? All right, seems like it's clean. So some of these dimensions are moving out of the way. All right, and then let's do the circle that was 5. All right, so everything's there. So now that I have that part, I'm going to finish the sketch, and everything seems correct. Of course, We can always edit, just to make sure. So edit, if we measure the dimensions, this thing should be also 20 from here. Yes, so just double checking. So yes, 20 is exactly 10, so from here to here, it's has a height of 10 as well. So yeah, we're just double checking, right? Just making sure that everything's working. In this case, it didn't become driven, but it's good. So we will do the extruded, and we will extrude this, I think, 5 millimeters thick, and we make our part right here. All right, so real quick, so we want to make this once again to a component. So create component from bodies and rename this as holder arm, I believe. Very good. Okay, so real quick, once again, just quick recap, go to properties. We're going to change the name, part number AM-311A2. Make sure you also change the name for all the other parts. Description, arm, holder, and enter. You can have the mass here. So this is how we want to find the mass for this part in case we made it correct. In this case, this is not the mass that I'm asking because this is for a different material. So I'll change the material and then you guys can check the proper mass. Okay, so quickly in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do the exploded view. Once again, this is not the assembly you guys will be making. This is just one that I made before. So you guys will not be making this one. This is just for demonstration purposes. So we go to animation, and sometimes this thing is moved, sometimes before and after, doesn't really matter. So you can select all of this and go to transform. You can do auto explode, and sometimes it will have all parts. You can just move this around how far away you want it. Click OK, and it will do it. You can always create it. If nothing comes out, you can of course do a manual explode. Click E, or go to heat transform and manual explode. Click this one, and you can move some things around. All right, as to moving some parts here. Or you can, if nothing comes out, you can always click new storyboard from clean. Do manual explode on this one, so on the parts. All right, like something like that. Okay, you see this one is recording, and then yeah, just play around with the parts, and now this is your new storyboard. So you can of course always save, and whenever you go to drawing, you can go from from design, from animation, either or. In this case, from design, and you make sure that you select ASME, sheet A. All right, you don't have to do it from this moment, but just showing you how it's gonna come out, so that whenever you put that one in there, right, you can always select the exploded view. Okay, so this is how it's going to load. So I'm just gonna select it for now like this. See how it's gonna come out. All right, like that. Okay, I can select a new base view. In this case, from the model, I want to select the storyboard. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and of course from here I go to tables, part list, and I just put that one. And of course this one I will, double click and modify as to add, the part names, the mass, the description, depending what you need, and of course dimension this properly. Yours will be of course a different assembly, but this is essentially how it is. Yours should already have the description for everything that you have for your assembly. Once again, this is not yours, but yours should look something like this. So this is how I make sure that you actually made an assembly and not just just putting the parts together. So once again, for your drawing, it's the drawing for the assembly, not just individual parts placed together. And when you might want to make the new one, of course, you can make a new page. All right, and place it. Okay, and of course, toggle some of those off and arrange things over here properly, whatever you need. All right, so I think that's this. I think I gave you already a lot of information on what to do. But other than that, You know, good luck guys, and I'll see you in the next video.